Hey everybody, Wolf here again. So today we're at Molly Stark State Park in Wilmington, Vermont. So we're here for a few days. I'm actually here with my brother. He's gone off to do some other things for a couple hours here, and I'm back at the campsite by myself, so I figured do a tour of the campground for you. It's a small campground, shouldn't take too long, definitely not as gonna I know I said that for the previous campground tour at Gilson Pond Campground, but this one truly will be a quick tour. This is the main entrance to Molly Stark State Park. This is Route 9 in Wilmington, Vermont. And this is the road in. A little sign right here for off-season information, because this park is open in the off-season. Obviously, I think the gates will be closed though, so you got to park outside and hike in. To start off with this cool little bridge right here. This is the roadway in. And while we're walking up this road here, I'll give you a quick note here. At least as of 2022, if you're seeing this video later than this probably doesn't apply. As of 2022, the road coming in from Brattleboro is all totally torn up. They've pretty much removed all the pavement. So if you're thinking of coming to this campground and it's still 2022, I really suggest you could try to come in from the other direction, from the west. So if you're coming up from the Boston area like myself, take Route 2 out more towards North Adams and take 112 up. Come up from that direction. 112, I think it's 112 to 100 to Route 9, and then come in from the west. You'll avoid all that really insanely rough road. That was not fun driving my van through it. Anyway, we're coming up to the ranger house up the top of this hill here. Okay, this is one of the entrance trails to the fire tower on top of Mount Olga. As you can see, it's a short walk from here, 8/10 of a mile. You'll see some scenes from that walk in my previous video if you watch that one. And on this side of the road, you got the building there for the ranger building. There's where you check in. Little parking lot over here. Park there, check in over there. This is the way into the campground. You can see it turns to more of a dirt road once you get into the actual campground loops. And this is site 1. If you need a site with good solar, that's a good spot to pick. But there are 2 loops here. We're going to go to the lean-tos in sites 2 to 14 first. Quite a few lean-tos here. Decent sites there. Yeah. There's quite a few various little sites here. Some of the sites are just nice, open, level ones. Not very good solar in some of these sites, of course. Most of the sites, in fact, don't have very good solar. Get quite a few of them here. A nice little pad there. One of the lean-tos. Continue on this way. Cross through road over here. Quiet little campsite. This looks like a pretty good one. Number 5. That's the maple lean-to over there. And his site 6. Site 6 looks more like my kind of site right there, set back from the road and a little more isolated. This lean-to is pretty nice. Obviously occupied. Another water spigot over here. This is the bridge into the other trail up to the fire tower. So you can actually go up one side and down the other. That's exactly what we did. We did the loop around. So it's a little bit longer on this side. It's kind of neat here. I like these older style fireplaces that some of the sites have here. Wish all of them had it. And definitely my favorite kind to have. You can get one of those. Unfortunately, the site I've got this time doesn't have one of those. Another neat lean-to right here. This is pine. Park out here to hike into it, but it's a cool setup there. It looks nice and neat. This is the other end of that cross-through road. And the bathhouse here. Really nice bathroom here. Got showers and everything. The RV dumping station right up in front of it. Nice little setup here. Solar powered. Nice and clean and neat. Here, a picnic pavilion that you can rent. You have a large group outing you wanted to do. You even have the option for electricity if you need it. A few grills around the perimeter. Nice neat little setup there. Little field you can play in. Other places to have a picnic too out here. Alright. Got firewood, trash and recycling over here near the ranger house. Plus a nice freezer you can buy ice at. You get your ice, you get your firewood, separate trash and recycling. Now we're going to get back into here and we're going to do the other loop here, which is sites 15 through 23. Plus the apple lean-to. And more dirt road. A little too close to Route 9 for my liking, though. It's kind of noisy here. Here's the site 15. Another good one for parking a van in and things like that. Okay, for those of you with the bigger RVs and things like that, this is, what site is this? Site 16, I think. It's a pull-through site. So yes, Mike, you can fit a 25-foot camper down here. This is more of the camper area down this road. You get some bigger campers here. And some rougher rocks to walk on if you're barefoot. And a simpler bathhouse down here. For those who need it. And this is the area you come down to if you need some solar charging spots. These are more open spaces here. Get solar power. This is probably where I should be parked down here. But they're also right on top of each other too, which is not so good. This is more RV land. And here it just comes down to a dead end. I guess we're gonna have to turn around and go back. Sites 22 and 23 down here. One camper down here at the moment, and of course it's a wolf pup. Gotta love that. Back side of the ranger building. We'll work our way back. Quick tour today. I'm kind of curious what this is. This looks like an antenna of some sort up top of that thing, or a vent. Not sure which. But it's interesting. Site 17 and lean-to apple down there. A bit more of an isolated spot, so if you had a small group, you get those two sites there and you get your own private road down there. Be a good setup too. Okay, we're heading our way back. This is the first loop we did already. And head up to that little cross-through road this time. Come up through there and head back to the campsite. Okay, there's that little spur. It splits off across the loop. A little stretch of pavement here too to walk on. Very little. But, oh well. Site 14 is nice and quiet over here. And you got another lean-to. Nice quiet one. This one is elm. Lean-to elm. Be a good place to stay too. Lucky Site 13 is one of the cool fireplaces. And that's the host site right next door to it. And the back side of the bathhouse. And that's pretty much the whole campground. Alright, so towards the tail end of my campground tour video there, I got distracted by the campground host, and we had a nice chat. So, kind of an abrupt end to the video here, because then my brother showed up and we went off and did some other stuff. But he was telling me about the campground host there. He was telling me about these trails, abandoned trail actually out in the woods, that has an old nature center in it. My brother and I attempting to find that, but we were not successful, unfortunately. Did find some interesting areas out there, some old stone walls, a couple of parallel stone walls that went alongside each other. Thought that was kind of neat, but never found the abandoned trail or the nature center. It was just too overgrown. But I suspect that's enough incentive for me to come back to this campground again in the not too distant future, probably either really early spring or late fall. Just right after the campground opens or just before it closes, and while the growth is a lot less, and make another attempt to find these things. It'd be kind of interesting. He says there's a lot of like old graves from the CCC and other things, so be some interesting explorations out there. So find some of the history here around here, so we'll see. Anyway, with that, if you enjoy these videos here, remember to subscribe. We do a campground tour. I know this one was kind of a short and abrupt one, but again, this is a trip that I'm out here with my brother, and I got a lot of distractions around me. Next trip here we'll do things a little bit better. If you want to help me along on my adventures, you'll see the address at the bottom of the screen there where you can buy me a gallon of gas. That'll be a big help. And other than that, thanks for watching. Remember, slow down and enjoy life, and we'll talk to you guys later.